Let me just move this thing here. Hit the wrong button for a second. My apologies for that. As we come into our reading for today, which is the 16th of April, 2024. And just in case anybody watching has not seen us before, we're Creative Life Spiritual Center in Spring, Texas. We are based on Spring Stubner. We are part of Centers for Spiritual Living, and the magazine that I'm reading from is the Science of Mind magazine. It's published by Centers for Spiritual Living, and I read from a particular section called the Daily Guides. Every day of the year, there's a guide written. Every month, we have a new person writing them. Some of the people repeat from year to year, and some don't. And today's is called, What Seeds Are You Planting? So, what seeds are you planting? First quote is from someone you've all heard of, Michelle Obama. We were planting seeds of change, the fruit of which we might never see. We had to be patient. Well, they were patient, and it worked out, as you very well know. So whatever side of the political divide you're on, you have to know that Michelle Obama became First Lady when her husband was elected to be president, Barack Obama. And as I said, whichever side of the fence you're on, we just accept, once they're elected, we accept people. And that's who the president is. At least that's what we should do. Why? Because you don't honor the person, you honor the office. So it's whatever situation you're in, if somebody is, quote, in charge, unquote, you honor that office. You do not necessarily honor the person. You could, but you don't have to. But you should always honor the position. And if the wrong person's in the wrong position, well, then you do something about it at the right time and within the law. The quote from Ernest Thomas, I think it's a little bit misplaced, but anyway, I'll read it to you. It says, the word we speak is the law of our lives, and nothing hinders its operation but ourselves. So in other words, it's done unto you as you believe. That's really what it's saying. What you speak out and what you feel emotionally inside and what you think about continuously are the things that tend to come into manifestation in your life. Actually, in view of I'll read the rest of that paragraph after I've read Reverend Christian's reading, because you'll see why anyway. And I apologize for my voice. It's a little bit hoarse because I've been dealing with this congestion, and I'm getting over it in the sense I feel a lot better. The wacky thing is I sound worse, but I feel a lot better. A couple of seeds were on the ground, laying next to one another on fertile soil. The first seed said to the second, quote, I want to grow up and put my roots deep down into the soil, spring forth from the ground, feel the warmth of the sun, reach for the heavens and blossom to fully express myself. Well, this seed grew up to become a beautiful flower, producing many more seeds. The second seed said to the first, I'm afraid if I reach my roots into the soil, the ground may be too hard to establish myself. While my stem is young, it could be damaged by the winds of spring. If I grow flowers, who knows what they might attract? I'd rather wait for a safer time. While the second seed waited for the perfect time to sprout, a chicken came by and added the seed to its lunch. In, quote, The Light in the Heart, unquote, Roy T. Bennett, he wrote, do not let the memories of your past limit the potential of your future. There are no limits to what you can achieve on your journey through life, except in your own mind. We will never know what the future holds. When you hold back out of fear, that anxious energy works to attract its corresponding manifestation. Well, he's speaking here about seeds of change, and the fact that what went on in the past doesn't have to affect us in the future. We learn from the past and then we move on live in the present, and look forward towards the future. This is what Ernest Holmes said, actually, in that whole quote. He said, God's creative power of mind is here right now. We have as much of this power to use as we believe in and embody. The storehouse of nature, this is why I think it's relevant. The storehouse of nature is filled with infinite good, awaiting the touch of our awakened thought to spring forth into manifestation in our lives. But the awakening must be within our thought. So in other words, there's infinite good out there, but we have to tune into it. We have to arrange our thinking and our feeling so that it's moving towards what we want. You know, yesterday I watched selections from the WNBA, and they had five, maybe six of the best players from last season, the season that just finished. And the one who's been breaking all the records this year was Caitlin Clark. But you can see that she was one who had in mind what she really wanted, and she didn't let whatever had happened in the past hold her back. You know, she and the other girls obviously could see themselves moving forward and becoming basketball champions, basketball greats, which, well, they are, and they will be. So what I'm saying is that we need to do our part, and the infinite is always ready and willing to supply whatever we want, whether it's a new career, it's more money, or whatever. But our thinking has got to start matching what we want, and our feelings that we attach to that thinking has also got to be in line with that. And he's saying here that, you know, first of all, if you want to attempt something, you've got to move out of your comfort zone. And I've got a great poem about that, and I'll dig it up for some other time. It's called The Comfort Zone. So to be prepared to move out of our comfort zone, we need to be prepared to take a risk. Just like Indiana Jones, you know, I've used this quote before. You know, he's running down, he comes to this chasm, and he's being hotly pursued there. And he's got two choices. He can either, it's too much to jump, so he can either stay there and get clunked, or he can step out in faith and know that, hey, there's got to be something here, because otherwise the passage wouldn't have led here. So he steps out into thin air, and the bridge appears, and he walks across. So in other words, in this example here, the first seed was ready and willing to take the risk, whatever it was. The second one was afraid and just wouldn't do it. So the message is pretty clear. There is our good out there, but we have to be prepared to accept it. And when we go into spiritual mind treatment, into affirmative prayer, then guess what? We pray, we believe, we truly believe, and then we let it go into the universal mind. But it's our job to watch out for the signs that are coming up that will lead us on the path to whatever good it was that we've been praying for. It's a short reading, but as I said, I'm feeling a bit congested. My thought seeds now beautifully and courageously blossom. This is his affirmation for us for today. My thought seeds now beautifully and courageously blossom. And it's a good affirmation. Want to change it? Fine. Remember, Reverend Lisa will be on tomorrow morning. I think she's actually reading from her previous book, which I always forget. Courage, Conviction, and something. It's 3 C's. I know that. I don't think she started reading yet from the Science of Mind textbook. This, you know, the tome. So, but she will be on at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So please tune into her, and hopefully tomorrow evening when I come back, my voice will be fully back, and I will be vibrant and ready to read you another reading with enthusiasm. So until next time, namaste. Bye. Ciao.